What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to our Bournemouth preview here on Anfield Agenda after the Reds have been out of action for about 9-10 days so far. We kick off at 4:30 on Sunday at the Vitality. The watch along here on Anfield Agenda will start, as you can see there on the screen, from 3:30. If you've never been here for a preview before, this is what you can expect. I'm firstly going to go through giving you guys my score prediction, then talk about the injuries that we currently have in the team, and then finally go through from 1 to 11, asking you guys to let me know in the comment section if you agree or disagree with the selections we've made. As always, these are just guesses from us, but we are interested in your opinion. Don't forget to drop a like on the video, but most importantly, we are just 12,100 subscribers away from 250,000. So every single one of you that hits that subscribe button really does make a difference. Right, let's get into the score predictions. And bit of a word of warning first. Don't expect this to be an easy afternoon. Iriola has finally got those Bournemouth players understanding the system he wants them to play, and Dominic Solanke is absolutely thriving this season. So I'm certainly not expecting it to be an easy afternoon, and I think we're going to have to be at it from the kickoff straight away. No feeling our way into the game, no disjointed behaviours. We need to just get straight into it. We need to be at it, and we need to put the pressure on Bournemouth. So with that in mind, what have I gone for the score prediction? Well, I have gone for Liverpool to win by 3-1. Keen-eyed viewers amongst you will notice I usually do give the home team a goal when we play away, but I don't want us to have to do this the hard way. I don't want us to go 1-0 down, then turn it round, and then score a very late third while they're pushing and pushing for an equaliser. Be nicer if we could just go 2 or 3 ahead and then they get a consolation, or be even nicer again if my score prediction was completely wrong and we won it by 2 or 3-0. But I got to give Bournemouth their respect because they are in a good place this season, or at least in a better place than they were at the start of the season. So now injuries, what can we expect? Well, I've left out Dominic Szoboszlai from my team selection. I get the feeling it's going to come a little bit too early, but I haven't heard news on that just yet, whether he's going to be in or out. I do think he'll be back for the Fulham game on Wednesday. In the left-back position, obviously we know we've got no Costas or no Robbo. Again, both of those guys should be back by the end of the month or very early in February. Trent won't be around for this game either. They're hoping to have him back for the Chelsea game on the 31st. Matip, we know, was unavailable. Waturo and Mohamed Salah are obviously playing with their international teams at the minute. We await news on Mo's hamstring injury. Klopp said there's an MRI scan and an ultrasound that have to be done, and then they'll know more. So as I record this, we've no time frame on that either. Thiago and Bajcetic, they're not going to be available again for this one, but they may be available, Thiago may be available sometime in February. Still don't know what's going on with Bajcetic. And I think that's pretty much it with regards to injuries, unless there's somebody obvious I've forgotten. Feel free to let me know below. So with all of that in mind, what can we expect from the starting 11? I don't think there's going to be too many surprises in it. As always, there's going to be a couple of people who disagree with my midfield decision or perhaps my attacking decision, but that's what these videos are all about. So let's get stuck into it. Starting off with the goalkeeper and the centre-backs. Alisson Becker in goal, no surprises there. And then for me, Ibrahima Konate and Virgil van Dijk. I think if he plays Jarrell Kwanzaa, no problem with that, but I think most likely we'll see Virgil and Konate play this game. So somebody asked me earlier on, actually, do I think Konate will be a future Liverpool captain? I think there's a chance. I think he's probably one more captain away from becoming a captain. I can see Trent taking the armband eventually, but maybe Konate is a Virgil's successor and that leader at the back longer term. Now in the full-back positions, and again, options here are rather limited. So if Owen Beck, as an example, does play, then Liverpool cannot loan him out for the remainder of the season. We know there's been interest from Celtic and Brendan Rodgers in him, so I'm interested to see what way Klopp goes. Will he give him some minutes, or will he hang off to see if we really need to utilise him before maybe loaning him out at the end of the window? So with that in mind, I've gone for Conor Bradley at right back and Joe Gomez at left back. Conor Bradley's been in a pretty good vein of form over the last couple of games when he's been given the opportunity by Klopp. Did very well against Martinelli at the end of the game when we played Arsenal, and had a great performance, a full good 90-minute performance in our last game. So I think he's most likely going to be at right back. And Joe, well, Joe's the only option we really have at left outside of Owen Beck, so that's what I've gone for. Midfield, probably some eyebrows raised about my midfield here, but let me talk you through it. So McAllister most likely going to be in the 6. We all agree we prefer him elsewhere, but Jurgen, as the way things stand with no Endo, no Bajcetic, no Thiago, we're going to see him in the 10. Maybe Jones, but I doubt it. I'm going to stick with McAllister. And then ahead of them, I've gone for that Liverpool connection. I've gone for the two youngsters that do brilliant things in different ways. So with Curtis Jones, you're going to get the same good counter pressing, of course, that you get from Harvey Elliott. Both these dudes cover a lot of blades of grass. With Harvey Elliott, you might not get some of the brilliant flashy stuff you get from the likes of Szoboszlai, but you're always going to get efficiency of passing, and he's going to put in a really good shift for the team. So it was difficult not to put in Gravenberch. I won't lie to you, it was. I just feel like he's maybe a bit more suited to the game against Fulham, in my opinion. So I've gone for Elliott and Curtis Jones in my midfield ahead of Alexis McAllister. Szoboszlai on the brain because we're all waiting for him to come back. But that's my midfield. Now moving into attack. In the wide areas, I've gone for Lucho on the right, and I've gone for Darwin Núñez on the left-hand side. Now, there might be a world where Jurgen Klopp plays the midfield of Curtis Jones and Ryan Gravenberch and pushes Elliott onto the right wing. I just hope he's learned his lesson that hasn't worked in the last couple of games. Not because of anything poor that Elliott has done, but it just hasn't given defences the same reasons to be scared as when we flicked across Diaz to the right. And I feel like that's the most natural solution to the group of forwards that we have with Mo missing. Diaz on the right, yes, he's not going to be as inverted as he would be on the left, but he also scares the opposition into having to worry about him going round the outside. And maybe Bradley can cut in and play in the half spaces. So for me, Diaz has to play on the right-hand side. And I've gone with Darwin on the left. Could have easily gone with Cody Gakpo there as well. Or, of course, we could have gone with Diaz and put Elliott on the right wing. But this is what I think. Now, the toughest question I had was through the centre. Who do I go for? Do I go for Cody Gakpo? Do I go for Diogo Jota? Well, much like the midfield conversation a minute ago where I was speaking about keeping Ryan Gravenberch for Fulham because I think it might be a more suitable game, I had a similar thought process here in attack as well. Looking at both the attackers, I thought, who's more suited to Bournemouth away? And this is what I've gone for. I think Cody Gakpo is more suited to this game away from home. Well, I know we're playing Fulham away from home, but this particular game, I just think his attributes are more what's needed. And look, if we need to bring Diogo off the bench to find a winner at the end, so be it. Diogo knows where the goal is. I just think play Gakpo through the centre for this one and play Diogo Jota through the centre for the game against Fulham. That's my 11. So to go through it again really quickly, Alisson in goal, Conor Bradley at right back, Joe Gomez at left back, with Virgil van Dijk, our captain, and Ibrahima Konate as the centre backs. Alexis McAllister in the number 6 position with Harvey Elliott and Curtis Jones ahead of him. Then Diaz on the right, Gakpo to the centre, and Darwin on the left. And I'm going to say it, he's going to score. Darwin's going to score. I'm going to say it. I don't care. He's scoring. I can feel it. And we're also going to win because he's on the pitch. So that's a good thing. We have good results with Darwin's on the pitch. So keep getting behind him. The kid's special. He hasn't done it yet, fully, but he'll get there. So that is my predictions, my friend. A 3-1 victory. And that's the 11. Now it's over to you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section if you agree or disagree. See you at 8:30 tonight if you're watching this on Friday afternoon. If not, I will see you on Sunday for the game where, remember, we will be live from 3:30. Talk to you guys then. Have a wonderful weekend and thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.